The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Anna Chun stepped forward, her boots clicking against the crystalline floor. Around her, representatives from 47 species shifted uncomfortably in their seats, their various appendages twitching with barely concealed anxiety. "You summoned me?" Anna's voice was calm, measured. She had learned long ago that humans unsettled the Council most when they remained perfectly composed. High Counselor Zixter, a being of pure energy contained within a shimmering field, pulsed in angry crimson. "Ambassador Chun, we have intercepted communications from your homeworld. Your military is deploying what you call regular forces to the Kepler frontier." Anna raised an eyebrow. "Yes, standard peacekeeping rotation. Is there a problem?" The chamber erupted. A dozen translators struggled to keep pace with the cacophony of alien languages, all expressing the same sentiment: terror. "Problem?" Counselor Veshkaw's scales rattled like bones in a tomb. "You sent your special forces to the Kryn invasion 3 cycles ago. 3 warriors. Just 3. They ended a war that had consumed 17 systems for 2 generations. In 4 solar days." Anna's expression didn't change, but inside she smiled. She remembered Alexander Rodriguez's after-action report. Terse, professional, understated. That was the Special Forces way. "And now," Zixter continued, energy form flickering with distress, "you speak of sending regular forces. Thousands of them. What manner of apocalypse have we provoked?" "Counselors," Anna began, choosing her words carefully, "I think there's been a fundamental misunderstanding about human military. Classification. Explain." "B." Word came from all 47 representatives. Simultaneously, Anna pulled up a holographic display. "The 3 operators we sent to resolve the Kryn situation were from our special forces. Captain Alexander Rodriguez and his team are among the finest warriors humanity has ever produced. They undergo training that 98% of candidates fail. They can survive in any environment, master any weapon, adapt to any tactical situation." The council members nodded, their various forms of agreement rippling through the chamber. This they understood. Elite warriors existed in many species. "But here's what you need to understand," Anna continued, her voice taking on an edge that made even the bravest counselors lean back. "Our special forces are special because they operate in small teams, independently, in scenarios where conventional support is impossible. They're specialists." "Yes, yes," Veshka hissed impatiently. "We comprehend the concept of elite forces. Do you?" Anna's smile was cold. "Because our special forces aren't special because they're better than our regular military. They're special because they're trained for different missions." The silence that followed was absolute. Anna expanded the hologram, showing footage from Earth's military academies, training grounds, naval vessels, and forward operating bases across human space. "Our regular forces are what happens when an entire species decides that survival isn't negotiable. Every human soldier undergoes training that would break most species. They learn to fight in zero gravity, underwater, in toxic atmospheres, across Arctic wastelands, and through urban warfare scenarios that would give your strategic computers nightmares." She pulled up another file, her expression grim. "Alexander Rodriguez? Before he became Special Forces, he was a regular Marine for 8 years. The soldier standing next to him in this photo? She's still regular infantry. She's participated in 43 combat operations, survived vacuum exposure twice, and once held a defensive position alone for 72 hours against an enemy battalion." Counselor Morth Ag's tentacles went pale. "Alone? For 3 days?" Her name was Lieutenant Sarah Kim. She was 24 years old. She called it a Tuesday. Anna let that sink in. She's now a drill instructor, teaching new recruits. That's who we consider regular forces. Anna advanced the hologram again. A massive human warship appeared, bristling with weapons that made the Council's finest dreadnoughts look like ceremonial toys. The THS Indomitable. Crew complement, 4,000. Every single person aboard is trained as a combat soldier first, specialist second. The chef who prepares meals, former combat engineer. The medical officer did 2 tours as a battlefield, trauma surgeon in the Outer Rim Wars. The ship's captain was regular Navy for 20 years before he earned his command. But the Kryn, Zixther began. The Kryn invasion required surgical precision, Anna interrupted. A small team that could infiltrate, gather intelligence, and neutralize leadership without civilian casualties. That's what special forces do. They're a scalpel. She gestured to the hologram of the warship. Regular forces? They're the hammer. And we're sending 50,000 of them to the Kepler frontier, along with a fleet of 300 ships, all crewed by those same regular soldiers. The implications crashed over the Council like a tidal wave. Why? Veshka whispered. Her earlier aggression evaporated. Why so many? Kana's expression softened slightly. Because the intelligence reports from Kepler indicate the presence of the Devourers. Alexander's team confirmed it. This isn't a war that can be won with precision strikes. This requires the kind of grinding, relentless warfare that only regular forces can sustain. She looked around the chamber, meeting each counselor's eyes, or eye equivalents. You feared our special forces because you saw what 3 humans could do when unleashed with no constraints and no backup. But our regular forces? They don't operate in 3s. They operate in millions. They bring logistics, combined arms, naval support, air superiority, and the accumulated military doctrine of a species that spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of war on a single planet before we ever reached the stars. Anna closed the hologram. Alexander Rodriguez is returning to Earth for reassignment. He's been given command of the 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force, 50,000 regular troops. He says they remind him of where he came from, before he was special. He says they remind him what humanity really is when we decide something needs to be done. The council chamber remained silent long after Anna left. 3 months later, the Devourers retreated from the Kepler frontier, their invasion shattered. The after-action reports were classified, but one line was leaked to the council. Enemy forces encountered human regular, military operating at standard combat efficiency. Enemy withdrew after sustaining unacceptable losses. Alexander Rodriguez's personal log entry was simpler. Took the kids out for a walk. They performed exactly as expected. Proud of every single one of them. That's humanity for you. The council finally understood. Special forces were what humans sent when they wanted to be subtle. Regular forces were what they sent when subtlety no longer mattered. And the truly terrifying part, humanity considered both just another day at the office.